Happy Wednesday. Super dope. Wednesday afternoon. Show is up a little bit late this week. And that's because as of 20 minutes ago, maybe, I'm officially unemployed again. My contract is up with my now previous employer. So, been a busy day. Haven't had time to get this finished up for you guys yet. But this is a crossover episode with my friends from the Nerd News Happy Hour. They are a podcast out of Connecticut. Weirdly, I've been thinking this whole time they were in California until we started talking last week to sync up this little crossover. So this past Saturday night, we did a live stream. Basically, they do a live stream every Saturday night. Their show primarily covers relevant nerd news, as the name implies, and they drink beer. So happy hour. Um, I was the fourth person on last week, and we both ran live streams on our YouTube at the same time. So first half of this conversation was edited down for their podcast, Nerd News Happy Hour. So go check it out. Definitely an interesting conversation for me because I was just having a bad last couple weeks. Last couple weeks have been rough for me personally, and as I'm talking with people the last few days, it seems like I'm not alone in that, which I guess is sort of comforting. If I believed, if I believed in like astrology or whatever, I'd say Mercury retrograde, whatever that thing is that people blame once every few months. Um, I don't know if that was what was up, but the last couple weeks have sucked for me. So, if you want to hear me in like a real um slightly bummed but like overly honest, like we had a good time on the conversation for sure, and I talk a lot about like early super dope, how I got started. um First half of the conversation was fun, but I was also uh probably a little too honest for my first time meeting a couple of those guys. um Very fun conversation nonetheless. So this is part two. Gives a little bit more background on their show, and then their experiences with Dragon Ball and all of that fun stuff. So, yeah, I'm unemployed now. Guess I'm just gonna chill for at least I don't know, the rest of the week and try to find a new job starting at the beginning of next week. Um, that's kind of a weird position to be in. Trying to find a job in the midst of a plague, not a good time. But I digress. We will be doing another Instagram live stream with Anchor Mulia at some point in the next couple of weeks. It will be on a Sunday. I do have to confirm details with him. But that said, we're looking for a topic to discuss. I would love to get some suggestions from you guys if you have any Dragon Ball specific topics you'd like to hear me and Ant break down. I do have like a few ideas ruminating in the back of my head, but I'd rather not go to like my bucket list of topic ideas so soon. And it's not a very long list anyway, but I'd like to do something on Oob, maybe. Um, I'd definitely like to do something on Boma. That sounded worse than I meant it. I would also like to do something about what does Dragon Ball look like when they finally do move beyond the end of Dragon Ball Z within Dragon Ball Super. Um, Definitely have ideas, but I would be open to suggestions from you guys. So feel free to shoot me an email, dbsuperdope@gmail.com, Twitter @dbsuperdope1, Instagram @dbsuperdope. Simple as that. So I do look forward to getting your suggestions on that stuff. Also, lots of new listeners over the last 4 to 6 weeks. I keep a close eye on metrics because I'm a bit of a numbers nerd intrinsically. So I have noticed some good trends in the last month and a half. And I see all of you new guys, and thank you for going and picking through episodes of the catalog and hopefully hearing this. Who knows? Maybe you gave up already. Who knows? But yeah, appreciate all the new listeners. And again, the best way for us to grow the show is really just you guys telling your other Dragon Ball friends about it. Trying to learn all this cool, slick internet bullshit is one thing, but at the end of the day, you guys are my best, hype team out there on the ground. Except I hope you're not on the ground, and I hope you're in your house. House. All right, listen, I'm rambling. Hope you guys have a good Wednesday evening. Enjoy this conversation. It's a long one, but definitely check out part one as well because I'm I'm a little bit more unhinged before I have to like switch over to host of super dope mode for this conversation you're about to hear. So, you know what? I'll go try to see if I can find a link, drop it in the show notes for you guys, and yeah, check out part one. and hear me go bananas. I haven't listened back to it yet because I'm almost like worried. That's going to be fun. So here's part 2 of my conversation with the Nerd News Happy Hour. Let me know your suggestions for the next live stream with Ant. And I love you guys. Super dope. Welcome into Dragon Ball Super Dope. My name is Kyle. Thank you for checking this out. Very special episode tonight. We've been trying to do some more YouTube live streams, and I do have some local podcaster friends in Connecticut. The Nerd News Happy Hour, joining me tonight to discuss all things nerd news and Dragon Ball. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Great. Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
If you're not watching us on the YouTube live stream, it will be available for you to see. But Shauna does have her best Bulma soccer mom wig on. She looks beautiful, and she also has a baby Yoda off her shoulder.
My baby.
Can't wait for Mandalorian season 2. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I didn't have a little baby trunk, so that's about as best as I can get. Sorry.
I'll deal with it. And then I've got my brother in the right hand part of my screen on the stream. Kayla, how you doing, baby?
Doing good. Ready for this epic crossover with you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that we managed to schedule some time to get this together. And you and I have been social media friends for like the better part of the last year or so. So in all seriousness, this was a long time coming.
Yeah. I remember asking like, oh, we should do a crossover. And I was like, yeah, I'll definitely reach out to the team and ask them that. And I just kept listening to all your stuff, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, yeah, I think a crossover would be really cool with Dragon Ball Super Dope.
Mm-hmm.
And we are, so.
Yeah, man, I'm a long time coming for sure. I'm always down to do crossovers, but especially crossovers with some passionate nerds such as yourself, which brings me to the most passionate man that I've had the pleasure of meeting over the last few days. So we did like a little pre-show meeting a couple of nights back. I met with Kalo, and I'm told I have to call you Uncle Black, not Uncle Ernie.
Right.
But Uncle Black, how you doing, man?
Hey, the Black. I'm good. Thank you for having us. Yes.
I did not expect that fade to black. That was so good.
Hold on. Alexa, turn off the lamp.
Oh.
Alexa, turn on the lamp.
Oh.
I just powered up.
That was beautiful, man. That was like a beautiful track. That was a beautiful Dragon Ball moment.
That was very good.
So, we basically just did the whole premise of tonight was a live stream that we've been doing concurrently. Basically, we started around like 8:00 tonight. We did the first. We aimed for 45 minutes, but we ended up going for like an hour and a half because I'm a little chatty. Just about some general nerd news that we had to report on your show. It's part of what you guys do each week, but then I also ventured off into Dragon Ball. But I don't know. I feel like I hijacked things. I want to know more about your show, how you guys came to be, what you guys aim to do. So it's the Nerd News Happy Hour. When did you guys get your start?
I would say August of last year.
Yeah, I think August 8th.
Oh, that means we're coming up to a year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. An anniversary party.
Yeah. Although we can't get close to each other, so kind of sucks. COVID.
Yeah. I'm going through the same thing right now.
Party.
Mm-hmm.
With my show, I think our first show date was August 13th, 2017. So we have very similar launch dates. But same deal, like we're in the Plague world now, so things feel and seem a little bit different. It's not going to be the same.
I saw an article about like It wasn't an article. I think it was BS, but it was something like about mutations or something in China and like people coming back with like, like raging personalities or whatever. And I'm like, yo, if this is
They turn
like
into Godzilla
next
and
best
Akuma.
thing to the zombie apocalypse, like, yo, I'm ready, dude. I love this shit. I am ready to
Oh,
like
Jesus.
throw down, kid. Like,
No, this is
figure
like
out
the
how to live.
fucking lame version of the zombie apocalypse, dude. People will still like, succumb to some kind of disease, but it's not going to be the kind we get to shoot them in the brain afterwards. It's going to be the kind we have to unplug them from the wall so that way we can free up the ventilator for the next person. Fucking awful. This is literally the worst timeline.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
I don't know.
Want to know why? Fucking Barry White.
I'm
Barry
a
Allen.
I'm sorry. Explain what you mean,
Barry
Sean. What
Allen.
do you mean?
Fucking Barry Allen. He went back.
Everyone.
Oh, we talk about some Flashpoint shit.
Now, would you want to blame that on Barry Allen, or would you want to blame that on
WB.
Yeah, you can even blame it on Dragon Ball GT.
No, we're gonna blame it on
shit
Barry
about Dragon
Allen.
Ball GT. That's not allowed here.
Oh,
I'm gonna blame it on Barry Allen.
okay.
Barry Allen.
Okay, so about a year. Sorry, I hijacked you. About a year. You guys got together. You're all Connecticut based, right? Right next door to Rhode Island, where I am.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. And you guys knew each other coming into this, or how'd you guys start? What was the conversation?
So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, you start, G, because you were one of the original three.
All right. So I can't, but I cannot, right, speak for Jay and Alan. They are the two founding members, Alan and Jay, and they started this as let's just talk about our favorite topic and record it and put it as a podcast.
Yeah.
And they did. And the first couple episodes, you can hear like the audio is like really shitty and like very raw,
Get that, man.
but it's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, Jay and I always wanted to hang out and talk about The Walking Dead and topics, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, whatever. And we saw each other at parties, but we never had that chance to like really like get together and talk. And so I reached out to him and I said, yo, your podcast is dope as shit. I love to be a guest in one of them if ever. Let me know. And episode, I think 4, they brought me in and I hung out with them and everything flowed so good and I fell in love with it. And the thing is, I was also at the moment trying to do a podcast of my own on myself. I didn't know how to start. But then I saw this opportunity to be in one, and I said, I could probably learn something from this. Well, talking to them, fell in love with it, and I ended up joining up with them, all 3 of us. And then we were like, yo, like, we need diversity. We need, like, a chick. We need something now, like to bring in more knowledge, And we were like, yo, we're looking for somebody who knows about, pop culture, is awesome, fucking weird, and just rad. And out of nowhere, like, Sean.
Is that why Sean is pointing at herself right now?
Yeah, this is her moment.
Yes. It's kind of one of those moments because I didn't know any of them. Never met him before in my entire life. But had a mutual friend who, when I guess Alan did the, hey, are you of the female species variety and you like nerd stuff and beer and you want to be on a podcast? And she was like, she tagged me and she's like, Shauna, I think this has you all over it. And I was intrigued. And yeah, went on, did my little interview, and they liked me. They decided to keep me around. And then the very next weekend.
You took the week off.
Yeah, the fighting person.
The job and it gets the first week off.
the defining person has always been Jeremiah. He always has this like feeling about someone, and like he's just blunt. He'll come up to you and just tell you like, "Yo, that person there is dope. Like I can feel it. I get a vibe." And that's what we felt with Shauna, yo. It was just like, yo,
and Jeremiah is like the co-founder of like the group of nerd podcasts that you do here, but he's not with us today. He's based on our conversation the other day. He works in a hospital. He's a very busy dude, given state of the world.
2 hospitals.
2 different hospitals. Jesus.
Yeah.
So he's not able to join us tonight, unfortunately, but I'm sure, we get together again in the future, whether it be you guys jump on my show, me jump on your show. I'll get the chance to talk with him eventually.
Yes.
So that's cool. Just keeping the, the nerd news world informed on things. We did talk about a couple of things that I was not very able to contribute to on the first half of this conversation for your show. But if you're listening to this podcast afterwards, not watching the live stream tonight, make sure you go check out the first half of our conversation for the Nerd News Happy Hour. You guys are everywhere, right? Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, all the places.
Everything.
Everything.
All the places where the podcasts live. That's how I typically put it.
Pretty much.
And we're on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and Periscope for Twitter. So, and soon we'll be on the other streamings also. So we're getting that together.
Yeah, one of these days I made a Twitch account, and I've got my vintage video game systems hooked up and ready to roll. I should just start streaming, but I don't like to be on camera sometimes. Like I'm amazed I'm put together enough to be on camera right now. Never mind, like while I'm just playing a video game and angry mashing buttons, like probably not my best look.
You just have like an avatar or something. You don't have to have you on there. There's tons of people that do that.
Put a mask on, put a Dom mask on,
Look at how expressive my face is. You think I'm gonna put a mask over this thing? This face is the one thing that would get me subs, dude. Come on.
That's what I said. You could put a Dom mask on, and it's people like that shit.
Oh, no, this is not a face you cover up.
Well,
nah, maybe it is. So, all right, Nerd News Happy Hour. Make sure you go check out the first half of this conversation on their feed.
Right.
But you guys are on a Dragon Ball podcast now, so put your other nerd news nonsense aside. Dragon Ball. What does Dragon Ball mean to you guys? Who wants to start?
Wait.
Did I skip over a major thing?
Uncle Black.
Wait, what?
How could you forget how Uncle Black came into our mix?
He's the most important.
Oh, did you guys skip that part of the story?
I'm not.
We did.
Yeah.
And he's a big part of the story.
Oh, all right. Well, wait, I didn't mean to cut you off in the midst of the story. I thought we were naturally rounded it out. I thought, Jesus, I'm that guy right now.
He's the most important part. Listen, let me tell you.
I'm the guy. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, Uncle Black.
After we got Shauna, we were like, listen, not everyone can do it every single night. We need a revolving roster of hosts. And we reached out to certain people. Certain people didn't really, were interested or didn't fit the bill. And I remember talking to this dude who I always wanted to hang with, and I never got the chance, just like Jay. And I reached out to him. I said, yo, I know this dude. His name is Ernie. I think he would be great for it. We reach out to him, talk to him for almost 2 hours. And this is from complete strangers, but acquaintances on Facebook. We just hit it off. And I was like, I come back to everybody and I'm like, yo, I have the perfect fourth person. Let's get this going. Next thing you know.
But we have to tell him why. What the biggest thing was.
Yeah, what was the biggest indicator that you found the fourth man? The beers?
He makes his own beer.
You make your own fucking beer?
Yes.
You're a home brewer, man.
Not only am I a home brewer, I grow my own hops.
Oh my God, that is some serious commitment to your craft,
Bro,
man. So
when he talks about beer, he gets passionate as fuck as when he's talking about space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beer's my life. Next to my family, beer's my life. So they, for the longest time before G ever reached out, I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna start doing this whole. I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna try to do a podcast, beer reviews. So I'm on my phone, sipping beer. I'm like, this sucks, So you just abandon it because it's just like I didn't look into how to do a podcast. I just jumped into recording it, and I was just like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. So and if you ever follow me on Untapped, you'd see that like literally all I drink is IPAs. I'm like at over 500 that I've had.
Wow.
Yeah, like like our show, I had one, and now I'm on a different one.
What's that?
I'm just drinking like the fifth of the same beer. Whalers represent.
This is Great Day IPA by Badsons. So
Batson?
Bad Sons, whatever they're called.
Like Billy Batson's.
Billy Batson?
But yeah, G gave me the call. I was like, yeah, I've been wanting to do a podcast, and plus I'm a fucking nerd as all could be, like super nerd.
Super
like,
nerd.
And he's from like Queens, bro. He's from that like New York area. He brought that knowledge, dude. It was like this
Yeah.
is
Bootleg shit that he used to do with the video game.
yeah. You need a PlayStation game? I got it. I got you. It's gonna cost you $5.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. That's how much. Well, maybe $2 now because they're cheaper. But yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Like I
and
used
when he
to.
wants to make
I
sorry,
used to-
wants
I
to make a
used
little
to-
extra money, Kiki.
Oh
Ask
yeah,
him about
Yeah.
Kiki.
Yes,
What
Kiki.
the fuck do you mean by Kiki?
Kiki. I'm a former stripper at Scores, and I'm gonna dance for ya.
All right, bust off the headset. Let's go.
I don't got a pole.
Hey,
And
what
I'm
the hell,
sober.
dude? You
I'm
can't just
sober.
fucking. You
Don't
can't just
worry.
cheat
Well-
something like that and then not follow. All right, never mind.
I'll let you meet Kiki at another time.
And I'll have my kilt on.
Well, I guess that means you should go subscribe to their YouTube channel, the Nerd News Happy Hour. They definitely have a happy hour esque what's the word, atmosphere, because
Mhm.
apparently Uncle Black gets naked in a kilt and
Yeah.
and then dances like he used
Comes
to
out.
work at Scores.
Hey yo, Kiki.
Oh, I forgot I changed my headphones. Sorry. Oh man, my headphone issue has been like a real serious thing going on tonight. But I think it's not the headphones. I think it's my computer. But it's not a big deal because listen, we caught up on a little bit of nerd news when we did the first half of your stream. However, I'm more interested now in the second half of the conversation to get your input on. Although, Kayla, what the fuck, man? Like you dropped something in the middle of your stream. If you guys should go watch that stream because you told me you didn't even get through the last half of the Zamasu Goku Black arc,
And I could have skipped it, bro. I could have gone straight to Jiren and shit.
you could have
but
lied. You could have also done me the favor and lied.
I love staying on point and like every episode, just every second, just watching it. Like when you said, "Oh, you could skip the intro and the outro." No, you don't skip the intro and the outro.
Don't tell that
No.
shit to Carlton.
No,
If you're
no,
watching
you don't
Carlton,
do
you dumb
that
motherfucker.
shit. You learn that fucking song. You learn that
Yes.
shit from beginning to end.
That's like
no.
that's
Dragon Ball Super dope.
that's like the best part about anime.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, is the fact that it has two separate. Not only does it have a separate intro and an outro, so that shit changes up like frequently. Like the animation changes, the song itself changes, and that's just you don't see that. You don't
And I
see
miss-
in American shows.
And I miss the middle intermission bits that it used to have, like My Hero does. You know, I miss that shit, dude.
The little eye catch commercial breaks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like even Dragon Ball Z, when it was like watching it on the bootleg, they'd have the little interlude. You'd like
Yep.
have the little big oversized car and shit. I miss those.
Yep.
There's just
Yep.
Yes.
you're like
I
you're
do-
waiting for like the let's all go to the movies. Let's all go.
I agree.
That's
I
an
totally
Amazon.
understand. I do the Dragon Ball interludes with my mouth several times a day. Sometimes it's the one that I just did. And then there's also like the abbreviated version. That's like the second half of that goes. But then there's the one for like early Dragon Ball. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's a second half to that one that goes dun 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 dun.
Yep.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to forgive me. So I have the Facebook chat up, and Durant is freaking blowing up hearts.
Is it because I'm doing all of the eye catches for Dragon Ball? Because I'll continue. I still have at least 2 more to go.
No, because he wanted to see me wear the wig.
Oh yeah, you look great. I mean, your Facebook chat should be rightfully blowing up.
He cracks me up. But yeah, I think animes have the greatest, especially Dragon Ball. They have just the greatest songs because once you hear that opening, you're like amped.
Yeah.
Like they have that amped music to get you going, and then they have usually that slow jam to kind of like calm you down at the end.
All right, Sean, I'm picking up what you're putting down. So, I typically try to do like a getting to know you as a Dragon Ball set of questions for each new person who comes on the show. So we can kind of do like a temperature check thing, But there is like 5 questions and there is 3 of you. However, on that list of questions is what's your favorite opening and or hopefully it's what's your favorite opening and closing song for Dragon Ball throughout the history of time? I don't know who wants to start, but I do have several questions afterwards, so we will establish an order and stick to that order there. Then hence Heather's fourth. Word.
I'll go last.
Well, I don't. I'll start. I'll start if that's
okay.
Cool. You guys cool with that?
Yeah, that's cool.
I love that idea.
So, I love the one where I'm not sure if it's the outro but it's where Goku is on Nimbus and he's flying around Shenron, and I'm not sure.
Does it go like this? That one's called Chala, fucking head Chala. And that's the opening theme for Dragon Ball Z from 1989 to probably like, I don't know, mid 1992, I think.
Oh.
Okay, so in one of your questions, you ask, and I'm gonna jump forward. Do you want me to jump forward or not?
Do whatever the fuck you want, baby.
This is your show.
Is it though?
Right.
Is it? Do your thing.
All right, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me get up.
Boom,
right,
hold up. Yep.
All right, here we go. So, my favorite series is DB.
Is the first Dragon Ball series.
First Dragon Ball, dude. Like, I love that.
I agree
with
you.
My favorite arc is the Cell Saga. Absolutely love the father and son double Kamehameha. Like, love that shit. My favorite character is Vegeta.
Okay.
My favorite villain is Majin Vegeta.
Ooh, does that really count? Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
It does count, bro.
I see you.
There's a big reason why it counts, because this was Vegeta's like opportunity to like destroy Goku, and yet he couldn't. But still, we saw that Super Saiyan 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yo.
Yeah.
And Vegeta was just so badass, dude. So that's it. That's it for me. And
that moment wherein he just destroys like the entire, side of the Tenkaichi Budokai crowd, it just like smiles about it. Like that's like one of the most harrowing moments of Dragon, and that, especially that arc, like that
arc. Yeah.
You just murdered like a few thousand people. It's cool. I'm very happy about it.
I love a good anti-hero, bro. I fucking love like Slain. It's a Slain from My Hero.
Oh, Hero Killer Stain.
Yeah. Fucking love him. I'm mad he died, dude. But yeah, I fucking love him.
I don't think he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's in jail.
Wait. I thought he was like.
I'm pretty sure Hero Killer Stain's in jail.
Really?
I might have to double check that, but I'm about 90% sure he's in jail.
That's dope. Well, I can't wait for that. Now, if you were to ask me, what would you like to watch Dragon Ball Z in either English, Japanese, or Spanish? I
Ooh,
would
I
tell
mean,
you immediately Spanish, but
okay.
alternately Japanese. There is nothing like authenticity, bro.
Yep.
Nothing like.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna shit on the American actors who,
No.
um, do the voice acting. I'm not, but I prefer it in Japanese and
Yeah.
Spanish, far better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's me. So I don't know who else wants to take over.
I guess. Oh, I thought you were going last, Uncle Black.
Oh no, you can go. You go.
Okay.
I want to go for it.
I'm gonna have to go with the favorite one is the original DB. That's what I started watching, alongside Sailor Moon. So there's a classicness to it. It's what gets you hooked into it. It's so different. It was so different than anything that was on and what I saw. I mean, there's a fucking little kid running around with a monkey tail, for Christ's sake, riding around on a fucking cloud. I mean, it was just so.
And it was so funny, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was
so.
Yo.
It was, all right, so there's always these tropes with animes where you have the ones that are just a little over the top silly, where it's just a little like, okay, I can't. And then there are ones that are super, super serious, but then you have those ones that toe that line perfectly. And I think Dragon Ball is one of them. Kind of like, I know, we're saying like Naruto. It has those funny moments, but it has those more serious moments. Although, can you really, really take something serious when it takes 6 episodes for them to say the name of their attack?
Hey.
Oh.
Hey, you don't got to be like that. Okay, Uncle Black, what you got? Never mind. I don't want to hear the rest of your answers. No, I'm just kidding. Which one didn't we get to? I know that we still need to hear what's your favorite. That was just how you started off with your favorite series, and I was so upset. All right, what's your favorite arc?
I don't know that I have a favorite arc. I'm not really good with keeping up with like arcs. I just watch the series. Like I can never figure out like.
What would you say is your favorite villain then? Maybe.
I don't have a favorite villain. I'm sorry.
Not even Frieza. Just pick Frieza.
Okay, yeah, we'll pick Frieza because he's
the best.
What?
Shauna, how about what was his name? The guy that used to he had long hair. He was in the first Dragon Ball, and he was, I think, the leader of the Red Army or the Red Star, and he was in like a pink outfit.
Oh,
what was
you're talking about Tao Pai Pai, mercenary Tao.
Yeah.
What about Mr. Rabbit?
Oh yeah, a boss Carrot or whatever.
Yeah, Boss Carrot.
Yeah, right.
That motherfucker lives on the moon now.
Well, obviously Bulma is my favorite character because
Bulma's one of my favorites too.
I like the fact that she kind of fell victim to the trope of many female characters where she was brat, like she had her little temper tantrums and everything, but she was fucking smart. She was a scientist. She was brilliant.
Yeah.
But she was still that, like ditzy, brilliant kind of.
She kind of grows into herself, I think, a little bit. Like at first she's very much like, hey, I'm a very capable and brilliant scientist for sure, but like I'm a 16-year-old girl and I'm, capable to fall victim to, a boy crush or whatever.
Exactly.
Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball uses her routinely in that trope of either she's the damsel in distress that they have to rescue, or she's the one who's the, the magic fix, the Deus Ex Machina to the situation they're in. Like she comes up with the science-y thing and figures it out. She's one of those two things. In Dragon Ball Z, for the first half, when she is around, she's damsel in distress. That's pretty much her only role through all of Planet Namek. She has some minor roles through, basically, again, just like advancements of the plot through the Cell games and Majin Buu. They don't really reclaim her character at all, in my opinion, until they get to Dragon Ball Super. And she's like she's like the mouthpiece for Earth to deal with the gods, because she's like the only one sophisticated enough, smart enough, cunning enough, charismatic enough to be able to deal with people of those levels. And I'm glad that they've sort of reclaimed her character in that way. And it's not just like she's not just like dumb loudmouth anymore. Like, she's the most brilliant scientist ever. She's the most wealthy person in the world. She's like the Jeff Bezos of her world, basically.
He was like that in the Frieza
forget about that bunny. Just forget about that bunny suit. We're just gonna forget about that time period.
Forget about these short shorts.
Frieza saga, right?
Who wears short shorts? Baruma wears short shorts.
I do wear short shorts too.
Yeah, she's always had that top scientist, vibe going for her. But in the Frieza saga, it's like she's hiding in a cave, ready to pilot the spaceship home for when all the rest of the stuff, kicks off or finishes.
And all of a sudden, she gets turned into a frog.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot about the frog.
Right?
Yes.
I forgot about the frog.
So
yeah, she's just one of those characters that she falls into tropes, but then she breaks out of them too. So
it might take her years in between, but yeah, she does eventually break out of the tropes.
Like about 7 episodes.
Yeah, every other 7. All right, so no favorite arc, favorite character then?
I know, I'm sorry, but I will say though, my gotta go with the classic opening, that Mushi.
Fushigi Adventure.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna butcher it, but again, it's you start hearing that intro, that first couple chords, and you just know, you're like, yes.
I get that feeling in my stomach still when I hear that. And like that 1986 mono, stereo, that mono mix of it. I'm just like, ooh, I'm about to see some shit that happened before I was born that has directly affected every moment of my life ever since somehow.
There's something about that, music that resonates with you. And that's one of those classic songs that you are always going to know that when those first couple of chords hit, that's what it is. Pinpoint and get excited and you're like, yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. So Uncle Black, did we hit most of your Shauna questions, the getting to know you questions?
Yes.
Okay. What do we got?
Yeah.
Uncle Black, what's your favorite Dragon Ball series?
It's got to be BBC. Ain't nothing better than that. Super comes a close second. GT never happened in my mind. And Dragon Ball, that was just a warm-up. My favorite arc?
You going hard.
I'm interested. He got some hot takes. He feels very confident about them. Continue, sir, please.
GT.
Yeah.
But my favorite arc, I would have to say it's the it's gonna have to be the Android Cell Saga. That's when we get Future Trunks, which my favorite character splits too. It's same family, same bloodline. Future Trunks, Vegeta. I think that the chemistry between those two, and here's what people don't understand. They had a closer bond and a closer relationship that Goku had than either both of his sons. Goku was never around.
Yeah.
He was dead, and he didn't get to train Gohan the first time around. It was the greatest villain, which was Piccolo, King Piccolo, which is my favorite villain.
Yeah, but Vegeta and Dragon Ball Z and Trunks' relationship is not going to touch Goku and Gohan Dragon Ball Z relationship. Even though Goku's dead for a huge portion of all of that, I mean, he still had like that 4 years of like before he had to introduce him to like the kung fu lifestyle or whatever, and then like another 6 months before he got killed.
But exactly, I mean, his children always loved him regardless because he was just a man, just bigger than the earth to them. But if you look at it, when Goku comes back for the tournament and he's meeting Goten for the first time, he's like, "Hi, I'm your dad." Like, it's kind of like they painted Goku as an absentee father, and here you have Vegeta and you see it in Super, where he would do anything for his daughter when Brief was born. No, I can't participate because my daughter's going to be born. It shows that the turn that Vegeta made from this ultra hateable character to this family man. Like his
Yeah.
family comes first before fighting, which to him, he was a fighter above anything else. And it was just, you see that evolution of Vegeta. And I love the fact that throughout the series, we see him evolve. And I'm just waiting for that time where he's just going to stand above Goku for the first time ever and be like, haha, motherfucker, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has
I think we're all waiting for that.
greatest like character developments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, so I recently did an episode with my buddy Ant Gramulia from CBR.com, and the whole premise of this was basically in a recent manga chapter, Vegeta puts an ass whooping on somebody and says, "I'm going to send you to hell," and the villain says back to him,
Oh, yes.
"Do you think that you're not going to go to hell too?" And Vegeta basically comes back with this line about how, yeah, I used to exterminate planets professionally. I've killed literally trillions of people. I'm definitely going to hell. I guess I'm a villain. So that sparked this whole, Twitter outrage about people saying that Dragon Ball GT Vegeta is now a better iteration of Vegeta than Dragon Ball Super Vegeta is. And that developed into a conversation between me and Ant about, which of the two is better. Obviously, it's Dragon Ball Super Vegeta. And if you think otherwise, I don't know, you're probably a fucking edgelord or you're dumb. I'm going to guess it's a little bit of both. There's no way to say that Dragon Ball Super Vegeta is worse than Dragon Ball GT Vegeta. Dragon Ball GT Vegeta is fun in a lot of ways. You see some fun stuff happen. He's like led around by a little teenage girl. He's got his stupid little mustache, whatever, his dumb haircut.
oh my
It's
god,
He's very memorable in a lot of ways,
mustache.
But when it comes to Dragon Ball Super Vegeta, granted, they have to rewind the clock on some of the things that he previously did in Dragon Ball Z, and like retread things that the studio knew would, be a big hit moment or whatever. Like Vegeta's sacrifice in the Tournament of Power is the exact same thing, almost shot for shot, including the flashbacks. As the Majin Vegeta sacrifice at the end of Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's the same fucking thing. But even though it's like a reboot or a remake or a recycling, I just watched Jay and Bob Reboot last night. I'm not sure if you guys watched those films at all. It was really good. Anyway, even though we have to do like a reboot of Vegeta in a lot of ways for Dragon Ball Super Vegeta, he's still a way better product than GT Vegeta will ever be.
Yes.
And getting back to what some of you guys said about, his interaction with Trunks, the cool thing to me about that, and we talk about it a little bit there, is Dragon Ball Z, Trunks and Vegeta have this, interaction, and it's like out of necessity, and Vegeta's just like very, kind of going along with it in a lot of ways. So much to the point that like even after they've spent 2 years together in the, room of space and time, done all this training, he leaves to go back to his timeline, and Vegeta's just like leaning up back against the tree, like, see you later, motherfucker, beat it. But when he comes back in Dragon Ball Super, those maternal instincts, having now been a dad to Trunks for 8 years now, having now been a dad to Buddha for, well, she's born after he leaves, so that doesn't count. But whatever, having been a dad to Trunks now for 8 years, when Future Trunks comes back, like, it's like he gets to have the dad he was hoping that he would get in Dragon Ball Z but didn't get. But now he finally gets it in Dragon Ball Super, and it feels so much more like fulfilling to me.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was one of the greatest things to watch. He's just overall a rounded character. I don't know if Toriyama, whether Toriyama, I don't know if they ever had this plan for him.
Yeah.
If this is what was the cards. I think people really they saw Vegeta, and it was like this, holy shit, he's just a fucking badass. He doesn't fucking care.
Right.
Yeah, like watching it, I don't think I could have ever imagined him turning out the way he did. Like when you first originally see him, there's no way you would ever think that he was going to turn out to be like that. Not in a million years. Lost money betting on it.
Yeah. and he's always the underdog. In my opinion, he's the underdog. He's the guy that's really always working hard to get to where he gets,
Mhm.
only for something stupid to happen, and he loses. Like when he fought Golden Frieza, he
Ugh.
whooped Golden Frieza's ass left and right, and it was just a matter of seconds that he didn't finish him off quick enough. But if not, if he would have been, if he would have really taken it seriously, he would have killed him, and they would have never had to rewind time for Goku to save the day yet again.
I mean, that was for Whis, but yeah, Fakatsu no F makes me literally want to beat my face against the wall, because they've been doing a similar tease in this most recent manga arc where it's like, maybe Vegeta's gonna get the win this time. Look at all these things breaking Vegeta's way. Ooh, get excited, Vegeta fans. This is over the course of, like, Dragon Ball Super is this weird anomaly in Dragon Ball's history in that there's no comic preceding it. So we don't know what to expect week to week when the new episodes are coming out.
Mhm.
Now, they're kind of riding the ship and having the comic book come out and build a big buffer before the anime comes back. I think that's the plan anyway. But they have this moment where, Vegeta he's coming in with this new technique, and he seems to be the only guy who, has any kind of solution to this newfound problem just after Goku got his ass whooped. But the previous chapter, when Goku shows up to do the fight, they're like, "Hey, Goku, you figured out Ultra Instinct, right?" He's like, not exactly. I figured out, like, the Omen sign, like the lower level of it. So, yeah, I hope this goes well." And the second they said that, I'm like, all right, I already know what's going to happen. Goku's going to get his ass whooped. Vegeta's going to save him, put the ass whoop into this goat-looking weirdo for a minute, and then Goku is going to have to come in and save him again at some point. It's not exactly shaping up that way, but I'm like 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah.
I don't know why they keep giving us that tease, but when they did it in Dragon Ball with Frieza, it was the most enraging thing, because that would have made all the sense in the world to have him get that one against that guy that destroyed his planet and killed his dad.
But I think, well, no, at that time we did not know anything of the Bardock saga. So we really, when the Frieza saga came out, we knew nothing of Bardock and how Frieza killed Bardock. So yeah, so it being free Vegeta would have been so much better. But at that point, I think he was still seen as a villain, and to have him do that and come out the winner, I don't think that's the way they want it. I mean, I think long ago, and don't quote me because I might be wrong, but I remember reading that Akira Toriyama originally planned it to end, Dragon Ball Z to end with the Frieza saga, and that was it. And everybody was like, no, you got to keep going. And you can tell the difference in the writing afterwards. But yeah, it was supposed to end was just with the Frieza saga. That's it.
And I think I said it in the first half of our conversation. Maybe I said it at the beginning of this one. I'm not really sure where one began and the other ended. But the Trunks character, Future Trunks character, is a blatant ripoff of John Connor, right, from Terminator. And that kind of lends itself to that idea of, like, he wraps up the whole saga where he finally, gets revenge for his race or whatever against the guy who exterminated him and his people, achieves this ultimate godly form of Super Saiyan, returns to Earth and lives peacefully. That would have been a great, perfect cap on that series as a whole. But nope, shit's popular. And Toriyama's like, all right, I got to keep making this nonsense. Terminator looks cool. Why don't we rip that off? And so much of what that dude does as an author through his, series of writing Dragon Ball is he doesn't plan things out long term at all. He just kind of writes it from week to week. Even he's not really sure, what he's going to do. But to, like, take inspiration from things like that after, he kind of gave the implication he was all done. I think it's kind of funny that he takes that, kind of fuck you. I don't really care about this stance anymore.
But wait,
wait, there's except for GT.
Well, I mean,
he was
gonna bash the shit out of that to the day you die, aren't you?
I mean, you guys know the whole GT deal, right? Do I need to give you a quick history lesson on Dragon Ball GT?
Possibly.
Give it.
All right. So what I said to you before was Dragon Ball Super is like this weird point in Dragon Ball history in that there's no comic book preceding it to give us a story. So Dragon Ball Z ends at the Buu saga, and Toei says, "Hey, we want to keep making cartoons because this shit's like printing money. It's like literally free money."
Mhm.
Toriyama said, "I'm all set making the comic book. Here's some designs. Here is, generally like the aesthetic I want you to go with." He came up with GT for Grand Tour. Also, it's alleged that he ripped it off for Gran Turismo. He also likes cars a lot. So whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, the only thing he did was put in a very minimal character designs for Little Kid Goku, Trunks in his fucking, schoolboy outfit, and Pan. Toei was the company, or like the people who, them as a staff, that wanted to like sort of, reset the series and go back to a more proven formula and what they had in Dragon Ball. Because at this point in 1996, February of 96 is when GT started. They had been on the air for 10 years now as a cartoon. They wanted to go back to the old tried and true formula, having realized that their demographic had, been with them for a decade now.
Mhm.
They needed to go recapture the young audience again. Go back to the old formula. Little Kid Goku is fucking hilarious. He always loses his pants and he's got a monkey tail. Give him a girl to be to go out adventuring with, his granddaughter Pan, as weird as that sounds, and give him a semi-adult, schoolboy Trunks, who's basically Bulma but also Yamcha at the same time.
Yeah.
So about 20 episodes of them dicking around the galaxy for the Black Star Dragon Balls goes very poorly because they've got no comic book to go off of. They're just shooting from the hip each week. Then they come back to Earth and they're like, let's get the other Saiyans involved, and Piccolo and Vegeta and Gohan. And then it starts to get pretty good around like episode 28. And then episode 64 is the end. So like by like the time they figured out what to do with it, they'd already canceled it. So if you skip the first 22 episodes, Uncle Black, and you just get into what babies taking over Saiyans' bodies and shit's getting wild.
I've seen it all.
Do it again.
So it sounds like basically what they did for the entire series was made a series of filler episodes.
Oh, boy.
Just took all the filler episodes and made it into one series.
For at least the first 22, yeah. It was just all filler, like one off, like this is the planet of the week kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's just a bunch of filler. Like, where's the beach scene?
Yeah, it kind of like starts Dragon Ball and it ends with Dragon Ball Z. They hodgepodged it all together because at the end, now I mean, what was cool, and don't get me wrong, what was cool about it is you had Super Saiyan 4. Seeing Goku going Super Saiyan 4, it was kind of dope because at this point in time we had nothing else from Dragon Ball. So even as a fan, I'm like, holy shit! But what was inexplicable is he goes from a little baby to Ozaru. This was the process. Little small little Goku to Ozaru, golden Ozaru, and then he controls himself to Super Saiyan 4. Because he had the tail, he was able to do that.
And then whenever he transforms into it afterwards, he doesn't go to the golden ape. He just turns into a normal sized adult Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah,
that was what always got me. I'm just like, you just grew like 2.5 feet.
Okay. Yeah, out of nowhere. And then poor Vegeta, who had no tail at the time, Bulma had to create a machine to bring back the moon. Because again, how many times was the moon blasted out of existence?
At least twice.
Yeah, once by Piccolo and
once by Master Roshi during the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai.
Yeah.
What always bothered me about some of Dragon Ball GT, definitely that Super Saiyan 4 transformation, like after the fact, like I don't understand how you could be a kid and then when you transform to the next, like you're Super Saiyan 3 as like a 4'1" kid with your long ass hair, and then Super Saiyan 4, you're 6'1" and a normal sized person again. That never made sense to me. The rest of Dragon Ball GT though, what was that?
I said, well, look at Shazam. He's a 14,
like Billy Batson.
Yeah, he's a teen. He says Shazam, boom, adult.
I thought you were talking about Shazam, the 1990s film with Shaquille
Oh
O'Neal,
God.
who was a genie.
No, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that at all.
But he is Shazam.
But that's, but anytime there's with magic, and you know, I've come to accept it. You don't question it. Yeah, there he goes from a little baby up to a big ass adult, when he's going Saiyan, but
Yeah, I'm literally watching a cartoon series about giants, monkey space aliens from the sky kicking the shit out of each other and blowing up planets in the process.
Like, not to look at those plot holes.
Right. Yeah. Try not to dig into it. All right. So did you tell us our favorite? What's your favorite opening song, Uncle?
Of course, Chala Het Chala. But then my outro is the Angel one.
Oh, Boko Watashi wa Your Angels. Yes, dude, that's one of my faves too.
Yes.
It's a really good
song. And then what else? That was it. Villain, I'll say it's split between King Piccolo and Broly, because original Broly.
Yeah, that first Broly movie is pretty good. I mean, so long as what always bothered me about that one was Vegeta spends most of it just being really scared the whole movie. I'm like, yeah, that's not you. But that first Broly movie is a very legitimate attempt. I just hate that it's sullied by parts 2 and 3. Did you guys all get to watch Dragon Ball Super Broly or?
Yes, I did.
All right. So Sean and no, but who wants to start on their opinions for Super Broly? Kayla, you've been quiet, baby.
So, I mean, the graphics were great, but there was something about the graphics that I was like, at the beginning at least, that I was like, it was I don't know how to describe it. I love the old, like, if you look at the prior Brawly, I love like that, like, type of like and not animation but art to it, that
that old school kind of 90s aesthetic. I mean,
yeah.
that was the big thing going into this Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Was the series was at its pinnacle in terms of popularity, and they were like, hey, it's over, we're putting the pause button on, we're giving you a movie though, and we were all like, all right, that's strange, but okay, we're listening. And then they were like, but this new movie is going to have a totally different, character design, animation style, aesthetic. So that instead of the, oh my God, instead of the traditional Yamamuro character designs that they've done since like 1994 or whatever, they went with these Shintani designs, who was a guy who worked a lot on One Piece. But like grew up a Dragon Ball fan too. Like he knows. That's what's cool about a lot of people working on these properties today, is that they grew up as Dragon Ball fans and now they're, helping to serve to create the product. But his whole design thing, it's like a little bit more cartoony, I guess, a little bit more fluid.
A lot more digital, definitely more digital.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely more like the 3D animation in terms of the action sequences. Sometimes that's a little jarring. That gets me too.
Yeah, but it was overall. I think we finally saw a true Brawly, but a true human version to Brawly too. Yes. I think that was the beautiful part, that we really saw him as he was meant to be shown on his human side. Mm-hmm. Because before we just saw this overpowered, angry, just like, like I was like, okay, Brawly's dope, but who is he really though?
Yeah.
And we got to see him here.
They prime him in that first Dragon Ball Broly movie where before you ever see him transform, he's just like this tall, skinny, lanky thing, and it's like, why are you so soft spoken? Why are you so like reserved? And that's pretty much where the questioning stops, because after that, it's like he's big giant guy and he's screaming Kakaroto and blowing shit up. Yeah. I like what they did with the Dragon Ball Super Bowl and trying to give him some, as much humanity as you can, given a character's backstory like that.
And last thing, my favorite color is green, so I don't want to be biased, but the way they use green for Broly, fucking ridiculous, man. It's just,
In a good way or a bad way?
in a good way. In a
Okay.
good way. It's just like it's not overpowered green. It's like this, like when you see his rage, that green fits him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like certain,
yes.
like certain certain characters in in certain animes, when you see them rage up and fucking like like okay, let's Black Clover, right?
Mhm.
Black Clover, the main character, that whole black red, I don't know, it like the cartoon gets me. I love the anime, but I don't know about the color. But when I see Broly like power up and use does those vibrant greens, and it fits his energy. It fits in. I don't know. It's something about that green that goes so well with Broly, man. It's just something about it, man. Something.
I
It,
feel that.
it's yeah, yeah.
Uncle Black, what you got, man? What do you think of Super Broly?
I loved it. What I liked about it is that they actually showed that Vegeta could go Super Saiyan God, which it's a
Yes.
precursor to Super Saiyan Blue. Like seeing that, I was like, all right, now this makes sense because they just totally bypassed that in Dragon Ball Z Super. You see him go Super Saiyan God. I'm like, finally, you acknowledge that he got the training, and they must have joined hands, 6 Super Saiyans, to give him that.
So no, they actually make that comment. They make it in the Dragon Ball before that movie came out. They make Goku makes the comment when they first go Super Saiyan Blue. It's like a time jump
Yeah.
after Battle of Gods. They both are able to go Super Saiyan Blue, and Goku's comment is, "Yeah, he's so badass and determined. He didn't even need the ritual.
Oh
He's good
shit!
to go."
I
But
didn't catch
seeing
that.
him go the red version in the movie, like that's something we all because everyone felt so cheated. Like what do you mean he's just got it? I want to see how he got it. Like that's
Yeah,
the whole fun of him getting it, you know? I
yeah,
don't just
and
want him to have it.
I just seeing that again, being a Vegeta fan, and again seeing him get to that point of like, this is so fulfilling. Seeing him hold up against Brawley, for the most part.
Mm.
The movie, the story behind it, Brawley always reminded me of Android 16 before, the soft spokenness, just in the original.
Yeah, and they came
When
out
you
around the
see
same
him,
time too, so I can totally understand those parallels.
yeah, and he always reminded me of 16, of so quiet, so docile, and then all it took was for Kakarot to set him off, really.
Hmm.
Um, with the Super movie, with the Dragon Ball, the Brawly movie, I liked how they went with it. Um, they didn't show too much of um, Gogeta, which was all right. I just didn't like the fact that Piccolo's now showing them the fusion dance all over again when you know the fusion. But again, they made Gogeta canon, and they made that aspect of, hey, you could fuse with the Pataras and become Vegeta, which is fucking badass, or you could become mystical, which that's the difference is Gogeta is a little bit more magic, I guess. I don't know if you really want to call it that, and Vegito is godly. That's why there's the difference between those two and the looks.
Yeah, I mean, there's like different versions of the power up for each respective fusion. Like, basically, the whole story of the fusion is like both are going to be greater than the sum of their parts, right?
Yeah.
So whether it's the Patara earring fusion or the Metamore infusion dance. But yeah, one of them is linked to like the level of a god versus the level of or like the race of an alien species. So yeah, maybe there is some differentiation to that type of power. The thing with the Broly movie, and you just said it too, like they already know the fusion dance. Why is Piccolo showing this to them again? It's because the first Gogeta movie with Janemba never
Yeah,
happened
exactly.
in this canon, but it's basically the same scene, right? Having to
Yeah.
have them relearn the fusion dance, um, and doing it with. So I think in that movie, the green guy, it's Pycon in that movie, right?
Yeah, it's Pycon.
But it's the equivalent of Piccolo teaching it to Goten and Trunks and the Majin Buu arc.
Oh,
And all of the bad, they have the fat fusion, the skinny
skinny fusion.
fusion, and then they got it right finally.
More like the
Um,
crystal meth fusion.
Yeah, the crystal meth fusion would be the
But
way better way to put it.
But if you remember, where did Piccolo get the fusion from? He got it from Goku.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
he got it from Goku.
I'm pretty sure you're right. Yeah, Goku tries to teach it to. Goku has the idea to teach it to the kids to power up to fight Boo, and tries to like communicate it to Piccolo. Yeah, I have to rewatch a lot of the Boo saga, I think, but yeah, I think you're correct.
So then, why?
So got to teach it to Vegeta.
You know this the whole time, though. That's my problem. You're holding out on Vegeta. Hey, Vegeta. I know this. If you listen to me, we don't need those earrings. This will only last us 30 minutes.
Yeah, but Vegeta, I mean, that's the other thing too. Like, you want to talk about retread of Dragon Ball moments, topics, whatever. It's like, fuse with you, Kakarot? I'd rather chop my own dick off and feed it to my mom.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, sorry.
But also what I liked about that movie was that you get to see Bardock. You get to see Goku leave Earth. I mean, not Earth, planet Vegeta. You get to see a young Raditz, Nappa, and what was the other one? Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta. All young on a different planet while all this shit's going on. Yes.
Baby Raditz, right here, baby. I love him. Yeah, this movie was very much fan service, the movie. So like that opening part with Bardock and young Vegeta and Raditz and Nappa, that's all, a readaptation or adaptation of Dragon Ball Minus. That manga chapter that came out, I think it was 2013, I want to say. And like, in case Goku's story didn't remind you enough of Superman's story, they're like, hey, let us write this a little bit more obvious, where Bardock is actually this peaceful dude and he's kind of informed on science and he knows what's about to happen. So he sends it, like, I don't know. The Goku Superman parallels and are already beating you over the head for the last 30 years. They just rewrote it to make him beat you over the head a little bit more strongly. I would have been fine if we didn't see that, but I understand them wanting to put it in because it's 20, 30 minutes of very cool moments. Like, that gives you the excuse to see the Ginyu Force. That gives you the excuse to see Zarbon and Dodoria and King Cold and young Frieza coming into his own, taking over the Empire, bringing the Scouters in and being like, I run y'all motherfuckers now. Here's your new cell phones. I expect you to be on call all the time. But at the same, as cool as it was to see, I'd have been fine if I would have rather they cut that part out and focused more on building Broly out, because I think Broly's going to be a big part. I hope Broly's going to be a big part of Dragon Ball going forward in the future. So the manga is going on as it is right now. Moro is basically the Galactus of Dragon Ball Z, feeds off of planet energy, people's energy, but he's like a normal goat-sized looking motherfucker, however normal that can be.
So do you think Broly could come and save the day? Not even if it be Goku?
No.
Nah?
No. Based off of how this story's written, it's gonna require likely some godly intervention. For a little bit, I thought they were angling to have a fusion, whether that be, Fusion Dance or Potara, but they just had the gods show up in the last chapter, and the gods don't seem very cool on what's happening. So the theme of Dragon Ball Super, to me, I talked about it in a recent stream. They have this problem, right? So Dragon Ball Super exists in this set period of time. It's between the end of it's between the end of the Buu arc and the end of Dragon Ball Z, like the last 4 episodes or whatever. So what the fuck are you laughing at, Kayla?
He's laughing at me because, all right, so
are you trying not to yawn because I'm chit-chatting so much?
No. Okay, so I'm tired, and I yawn all the time. It doesn't matter. I could drink like 50 pots of coffee, and I'm still going to be tired in the morning. I keep giggling because I keep hearing these names, and my brain goes to thinking as like Nappa Auto Parts. And I can't help but every time I hear Vegeta, I think of Velveeta.
So really quick, like today we my pops and her like they changed her brakes and we went to Napa and it was like
to Napa 3 times.
Were you guys just sitting in the Napa lobby, just being like, Jada,
yo, there are clowns in there, bro. They're like big clowns. Like they were having a good time too.
They were talking about cutting each other. Machetes.
Yeah, wow. Some dude was like, "Don't get in my car, I'll cut you." And then the old dude was like,
"Can't take a knife to a Spanish person because."
Yeah, it was.
Drago was just gonna come out of the woodwork.
I'm gonna ask you guys.
I looked at her and I was like, she's about to do something.
Oh shit! All right, well, I'm gonna ask you guys to send me the address of the Napa auto parts store that you were at today, and I'll go online and I will write them a strongly worded Google review.
East Main Street,
and nobody will ever go there again, and you will never conflate Napa, the auto body place, and Napa with Vegeta Napa ever again. I probably still will though. It'll take some time.
No, I'll always like because you're saying all these other names. I'm like radish, like the vegetable.
I mean, yeah, pretty much Japanese radits. Yeah.
Radish.
Either way. Lots of important things happen in this Broly movie. I don't think they're going to have any implications or any direct effect on what's happening in the moral arc. When the cartoon comes back, Hello Kittens, is that a cat?
No,
there was a cat that walked by the screen because I wasn't looking. I'm sorry.
No,
Hi.
that's the manager.
Yeah, that's our manager.
That's our manager.
Queen manager.
Neat.
Cool. What are you guys hoping for when the series does return? Anything in particular? I don't know who wants to start.
Just really quick. I hope Gohan like get some cojones again, man. That's it.
Yeah,
dude, you should be reading the manga chapters. He's heavily involved in what's going on right now. He's fighting a lot.
I hope we get to see that. Because after the Cell Saga, like he let me down with that fucking suit, that green suit. What was it?
Great
Saiyaman.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Mr. Saiyan is cooler than you. The fuck?
Hey.
And at that point, Puar is cooler than he is.
Hey, guys.
Only
right here, I love the Great Saiyaman.
Only until he goes Power Unleashed is he not cool again.
What's that guy? Minata? No, not Minata. That's fucking.
Minata from My Hero Academia. You're thinking of Monaka, the guy with the nipples?
Yes, he's fucking cool.
Yeah. He's cooler than Gohan.
Hell yeah, dude. Mad as fuck.
He does have like a cool little arc. I think it's right after where you are. With that, it's right after the Zamasu Black arc.
Keep reminding me, Kyle. Thanks.
No, I'm just trying to give you inspiration to
destroyed me online. Thanks.
Finish the goddamn show up. I'm so embarrassed that you haven't done this yet. But he
I'm
does have this.
You're embarrassed that I'm embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed that you're embarrassed. Okay.
I didn't follow that.
I follow it.
Okay.
I
This was like, wait, what?
So basically, Space Nipples is also a space delivery man, and then Goten and Trunks accidentally get back in like his space delivery van, and then go on a space delivery adventure together. And then there's like a copy Jello purple Vegeta, and then for the dub they had Chris Sabat, who's been the voice of Vegeta for like 20 some years. And the guy who did copy Vegeta was Brian Drummond, the guy who did the original voices of Vegeta for like the early stuff pre-Toonami.
That's wild.
They had a really fun time with it. Anyway, if you like that big nippled weirdo, read the goddamn comic and finish watching the fucking cartoon.
Yes, Master Blaster, I will.
Wow, Master Blaster?
Master Blaster.
Unless it's not, at least it's not Master Ass Blaster. That's a whole different set of circumstances. One extra word, it totally changes the connotation. Who wants to go next? What do you want to see in Dragon Ball Super returns to the air? Well, y'all never heard of a Master Ass Blaster? It's not even that big.
They have.
Oh, we know the Master Ass Blaster.
Oh, they know. That's why they're laughing.
Oh man.
Can't with y'all. I can't.
Whack,
You
whack,
can.
whack, whack,
You can.
whack, 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 whack. This is what happens when you get the nerds on your show. Sorry.
Yo.
All right, I'll go.
Let us loose and.
I'm when Super comes back, I'm hoping they spend more time on Vegeta, like on Yard Rat, like a good portion of that time. Just really going into that, maybe explaining the Angels a little bit more and their roles. And I know it's not going to happen, but fucking just give us Future Trunks back. Even though he was
permanently moved to this timeline.
Well, no, not permanently, just come and go. But even though he was warned by Beerus not to do that because time travel is forbidden.
Yeah, Beerus lets him like bend all of the other rules. Just let him continue to bend that one. Christ.
Oh, and the return of Khalifa.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, you want to see that? So
Yeah.
Khalifa or the fusion.
A few, well, both. Like, I want to see more of what was it? Universe 6.
Yes.
Yeah, more of that. Like, if
I want to see Vegeta go visit Universe 6.
Yes.
I want to see him visit a planet of Saiyans and just have that moment to, like, as an adult, relish, like, I can't be amongst my own planet where I grew up, but this is, that other timeline, or other universe where these are my people. I'm amongst my people again.
And be responsible for the fact that they could all go Super Saiyan.
Teaching that shit too, yeah. He'll be there. He'll be their Super Saiyan God.
Oh my God! There you go.
Write a whole movie. Get me in the Dragon Ball room. I'll write the next 6 Dragon Ball scripts right now.
Did we warn? We didn't warn him, did we?
What?
About being careful what you say on our podcast because people.
Well, this is his show. So they hold true.
Oh, but he's still kind of on our show because we're still streaming it.
Yeah, we got issues where people we mention something and it comes true.
Yeah, and they steal our ideas.
Blah, 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 blah. Hold on, explain.
Like Battletoads.
Okay.
I mentioned it on the show, and boom, Battletoads for Xbox.
Oh, they put Battletoads on Xbox?
Yeah, or Mega Man. A week later, after we're talking about, they should do a Mega Man movie. News breaks, Mega Man movie.
G4?
Yeah, G4. We're talking about, that was a great show. Next week, they're coming back.
Yep.
So I guess Olivia Munn dates the dude who's bringing G4 back. Like his dad is bringing it back or something.
Well,
makes sense.
Yeah. Either way, 19-year-old Kyle is definitely happy that Olivia Munn will be back on cable television again. I might just keep cable just in case. I don't know.
So maybe if you really want that one, that particular Dragon Ball Z thing to happen, just keep talking.
Dude, I keep talking about how I want the series to come back already.
On our show, because that's apparently when people listen. Although I'm still waiting for my Star Wars.
I got a question for you, Kyle.
Sure.
If you had the chance to ask one question to Toriyama, what would it be? Don't scream all over the screen. Just tell us.
No, that's a great question because here I have a very weird relationship with Toriyama. I'm one of those fans where I understand that he doesn't like Dragon Ball. He doesn't give a shit about it. He doesn't give a shit about me or the fact that we are here sitting on the internet talking about his creation, 35 years after the fact. He probably doesn't even like people like us. So if I were to meet Akira Toriyama, I probably wouldn't ask him anything about Dragon Ball. I'd probably ask him more something along the lines of like, how does it feel to be you? You know what I mean? Like he's in that rare air of, never mind like mangaka, like he's, top 3 probably all time in Japan for, top manga artists, authors, whatever. But he's like world renowned, man. Like he's one of the most famous people in the world when it comes to intellectual property, whether you look at it as comics or comic, whether you look at it as comics or cartoons. That has to have like a heavy weight on somebody, even if they don't particularly like the stories they make about stupid Son Goku beating up his friends with big strong punches. Even if he's not particularly passionate about those stories, I would be interested to hear how, like, those stories have affected his life in the grand scheme of things, as him as a person, not so much as him as a writer or an author or whatever. He doesn't like us.
No.
It's fine. Whatever.
Right up there with like a Walt Disney.
I get him.
He's a content creator, but he has like one of the biggest IPs out there. He's like a Walt Disney.
Yeah, but
he's the modern day.
And it's one of those things though, where when he started it, he didn't think it would get past the first time they summoned the dragon. He thought that they would summon the dragon, and that would be it. Because you've already seen, it's called Dragon Ball. We've seen what the Dragon Balls do. 20 chapters in, 13 episodes in. He thought that was going to be it. And they were like, no, this is actually really popular. Keep going. And he's like, all right, fuck it. I'm in full fuck it mode then. And eventually he found a nice little groove in the manga martial arts thing. And then when it switches over to Dragon Ball Z, which really wasn't even a thing in Japan, it could just continue to be Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. When those arcs happen, they kick up the sci-fi quotient, to 11. They dial back the comedy and make it more like space opera driven kind of shit. Yeah, Akira Toriyama was just not really given much of a shit. And I think maybe that kind of creative freedom he had in his brain is what gave us, such a prolific series.
I got a question. What's your take on Dragon Ball Heroes?
Super Dragon Ball Hero. It's bad. It's really bad. And I try not to watch it, and I don't like it. But every once in a while, I subject myself to watching like 3 in a row, and then I don't get out of bed for about 2 or 3 days. The animation looks really nice, but it is a waste of my goddamn time, and I'd rather they just reallocate those resources to making a 22-minute television show again each week. Dragon Ball Heroes can suck my dick. Next question.
Damn. I agree, though. I mean, it had me in at first, and yeah.
What the only thing I really like about Dragon Ball Heroes, honestly, is the fact that it's 2 Gokus, 2 Vegetas. So like we get Dragon Ball Super Vegeta and Goku ticking around in their current timeline. But the time traveling Goku and Vegeta, the Zeno Vegeta, who are part of the Time Patrollers or whatever, like the whole premise of the Xenoverse 2 game, those are like the Vegeta and Goku from Dragon Ball GT. Like they go Super Saiyan 4. So whenever they show up, I'm like, oh, that's the Goku and Vegeta I used to know from back in the day. Those are my old buddies. Like that's the feeling I have when I see them. Those are the OG Jeets.
Those are the OGs. Oh my God. That's great.
So I know that we've gone a little bit longer than we intended tonight. That said, though, do we have any other? Shauna, I don't know if you wanted to get in your final wishes for Dragon Ball Super when it returns.
No.
I think we just need to get all of you guys caught up on it.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Is I'm just totally not caught up on it. So I mean, and. I'm kind of one of those, I don't care about spoilers, because to me...
Good thing, because I spoiled a bunch.
Yeah.
So I've said this multiple times with things, is I don't care if I know the ending, because to me...
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
I was just going to say, it's like, it's, what happens to get to the ending that's kind of important to me. Like, I want to know how that happened. So even though I know it happens, I want to know how it happened and why. So I'm still going to enjoy, even though I know. that everybody dies at the end. So how
Even
did
though
they
the
die?
whole
How did they die?
world's gonna implode.
Exactly. It's like, why did it implode? How did it implode? I want to know. Curious minds.
It's true. Inquiring minds like mine want to know.
Yes, inquiring minds. Oh my God, I remember those magazines.
I want to know.
Midnight Star. I wanna know. I wanna know. That's an old Weird Al song. You can read it. You can read it. You can read it. You can read it. I wanna know. I wanna know. All right, I'm gonna stop singing Weird Al in y'all's ears because that's weird. Al in y'all's
It's
ears.
okay. Apparently,
This
my
is-
cat is hungry and he's yelling for food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's yelling for me to stop singing Weird Al into your ears. So this has been a lot of fun tonight. I want to thank you guys from the Nerd News Happy Hour for joining me tonight.
But before we,
Um,
but before we go, I had a question.
oh wait, I'm sorry. Did I
I
cut
had
you off? Yeah,
another.
go ahead.
No. This is not. What's your favorite Disney song? Princess song.
Okay, all right. No, this is a very good question.
No, it isn't.
Of course it is. What, you guys don't think that the Pantheon, the modern day songbook, is pretty much directly derived from mostly Disney properties? Come on,
No.
dude. Disney writes some bangers.
No.
Is this like a commonly asked question? Come on.
No, this is an inside joke.
We'll let you in, but I want
right.
to know.
La la la, don't stop.
All right, so I'm torn between a couple. Ready?
Oh God.
Please.
I will lose my shit.
I like From Beauty and the Beast, Be Our Guest.
Okay, that's a good one.
However, I like that song because they parodied it on The Simpsons for See My Vest, made from real gorilla chest. See this sweater, it's still better than authentic Irish setter. See this hat, where's my cat, my evening wear, I'm gonna stop. So I know all of that. That's why I like that song. But also Mulan's I'm gonna make a man out of you. That's a fucking banger. And if you look into it, want to know who sang the Chinese version of that song and did the voice of that character? Again, in China,
Now?
Jackie fucking Chan, man.
Oh, shit.
So if you look up Make a Man Out of You from Mulan, Chinese version, that's Jackie Chan crooning your ass away. Also, it's a whole new world, new fantastic point of view. What's the inside joke? I want to know.
Any other Disney princesses? Underwater?
Which ones? Little Mermaid?
Yeah. Any good songs off of that album?
Yeah, look at my thingamajigs. I got 20. What the fuck? What songs are from that movie? I'm having a blank right now. Part of some na 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 na. Shit, what is it?
Oh, that's
Part of Your World.
Part of Your World.
All right, yeah. See, I got there. It took me a minute and a half, but I got there. Part of Your World.
Your listeners are gonna be like, wonder what the fuck is wrong with these three.
Yeah. All right. So what's the payoff? Why are we asking?
It's just wondering.
Did you ever play the video game?
Did you ever? Yeah. So did you ever play the video game?
Little Mermaid video game?
Yeah, The Little Mermaid.
Did you ever finish it?
PS2.
Did you ever finish it?
I finished The Little Mermaid. I finished all over The Little Mermaid. Yeah.
Nah, so we had an episode.
Was it the first one you finished?
I finished all over. Yeah.
So we had a.
Don't touch it. It's not touchable.
What was it? The holiday episode. We had an episode where it was the holiday episode, and we were talking about video games, and one of the founders who he went in better direction for himself. He was like, yeah, and The Little Mermaid was the first video game that I ever finished. So we're yeah. Yeah.
You used to jerk off to The Little Mermaid on PS2?
No. He said that was the first video game he ever finished.
Completed.
Yeah, completed.
No.
So he played
Which system?
Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
Oh, I never played the first. I never played The Little Mermaid for NES.
So he was just bragging about how that was the first video game. I think later on in the episode, I came back with some drunken line. I can't remember it now.
So I just made a bunch of cum and mermaid jokes for nothing, is what you're telling
No,
me.
that's great though.
No, it was good content, but you know.
I mean, basically, 80% of my podcast is Dragon Ball. The other 20% is cum and sometimes mermaid jokes.
Ah, that's cool.
It's the coolest. That's why people listen. Anyway,
But it's great. It's great seeing the team when one of us mentions it, we just lose it. Because, you know, you just mentioned Little Mermaid or you know, Strong Hand.
Strong hands.
like scary movie, Strong Hand.
Oh. Yes.
Chris Elliott, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was expect
I
strong
can't.
hands.
I gotta go. I can't. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go.
I'll do it myself. No, that's that's the other guy, right? That's David Cross in that movie.
Shit.
All right, this has been a lot of fun. So for those who have not been watching the live stream, you can go check it out. Dragon Ball, what is it? YouTube.com/Dragon Ball Super Dope. That's a thing that you can put into a search browser, thinger, majigger, and it'll bring you to a website where this video lives. Also, I've been streaming with my friends from the Nerd News Happy Hour. So make sure you go check out the first half of our conversation on their feed, on their YouTube page as well. Where can people find you guys? What's your social information? Tell me the stuff.
For sure. You guys can reach us on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram.
Not TikTok, though, because your fucking fearless leader president's about to ban that shit out this country.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Because he's a big, strong man.
With a strong hand.
Fucking dickhead. Anyway, of all the things you could possibly
Okay.
accomplish
Little
from that
hand.
goddamn office, it's got to be banning TikTok, you fucking vain piece of shit. Anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Little hands. Okay. Yeah. So Facebook, Instagram, Untapped. Obviously. Twitter. Nerd News Happy H1.
Twitch.
On Twitch TV at Nerd News Happy Hour, and TikTok Nerd News Happy Hour. And you know, if you guys want to reach us on our personal handles, I'm Dynamite Kalo on Instagram, so and Twitter as well.
I'm Lady Mocha on Twitter, or not? No, Instagram. I don't know what I have anymore. Too old for this shit.
It's Lady Mocha somewhere.
Fine, yeah, or something.
And I'm
Uncle Black?
Shafto69 on most socials.
Shafto 69?
Yes.
Mhm.
There's
King
a story
Shafto.
behind that, but we don't got time for that.
Yeah, that
That's
sounds
King
like a
Shadow.
long-
King Shadow.
We'll save that one for the next time we get together. You can tell me the origins of your. We can do like a stupid, embarrassing social media reveal of where our handles came from, or our first like AOL AIM scream names.
That
I don't know
sounds
if anyone wants to do that.
I don't remember that. Mine's not funny though.
Mine was Kakarato 89 before it became SSJ4 Ender when I entered the 6th grade. Ender as in Ender's Game. I read that book like 20 times.
That's dope.
Yeah. I like to read. Or at least I used to like to read. Now I can't read no more because reading's tough. Anyway, I've talked and occupied way too much of your time. I love y'all. And I will see you next time. Make sure you go check out part 1 of this conversation. And we will see you again next week for... I'm not really sure what the rotation is. I think maybe Jimmy will be here. Maybe we'll do some Super Dragon Ball Heroes things. I guess we'll see. But
wait, there's
that?
more.
Yeah.
Before we end the show, we always say, "Drink up,
Oh,
bitches."
bitches.
Drink up, bitches. Woo! I love that fucking. That's a way cooler way to end the show than what do? I just yell something like "Super dope," you know what I mean? Drink up, bitches.
You should.
That's how you should end your shows now.
Yep.
I mean, I don't want to Jackie swag. Also, I feel like I'm on like to a little bit of a branding thing with the super dope nonsense, you know, or at least I tell myself I am.
You should
So
just go Super Saiyan or some shit. You know, you should just start screaming and have the camera like start like shaking and shit, and then you grow
hair.
some hair krillin.
you grow some hair.
Krillin, yo, you just called him Krillin.
Oh man, that would be a good time. All right, we'll talk with y'all soon. Thanks for watching. Super dope.
Take care.